Hey everyone, this is Towelliee with TGN bringing you back to Mist of Pandaria. And we are here at the Shado-Pan Monastery. Now I'm not exactly sure what level dungeon this is. I'm pretty sure this is like once you're at level 87, I believe, because this is actually in the Kunlai Summit. I believe it's located about, I don't know, I think it's like north of the Valley of the Four Winds and the other Valley of the Blossom something, I don't know. But this is the third dungeon that I've accessed so far. We've accessed Temple of the Jade Serpent, which is basically the first starter dungeon, then Storm Stout Brewery, and now this one was a little bit harder. There's going to be two parts to this video. Part 2 will come whenever the hell I can access the last two bosses without, you know, wiping like a dumbass. But I'm on my Panda Brewmaster Monk tank for Loco. I mean, I don't know, like, how do you even say it? I guess just call me a Brewmaster Monk tank or Monk Brewmaster tank. I don't know. How would you guys say it? You let me know. No, we don't have 19 people in our group. What happens is, in order to get to this area here, you kind of have to like glitch your way through the areas. Like, to get from one zone to another, basically we had to invite a bunch of priests. The priests might control you across like the bridge, like across the threshold from one zone to another, and then you have to like leave party at a certain time when you get the blizzard buff that ports you out. You know, no man's land. Like, we're not supposed to be here, but we are. But Blizzard doesn't really mind, it seems, because everyone's, you know, going around doing it, and everyone's just trying out these dungeons. We're reporting bugs, and they don't care. But I am a little low level for this. I am 86. This is 87. Brewmaster tanks do have a really low HP pool. For this boss right here, all he does is he does a few abilities. One of them is that he summons like this electricity field on the ground. You'll see kind of like a swerving vortex on the ground to kind of like, you know, signify where he's going to place it. So it's really easy to get out of the way. Now during this entire encounter, there is a dragon in the air, and I'm not sure what the mechanics of the dragon are, but we'll see right here. So right now we're fighting the boss. His name is Goo Cloud Strike, and then PH Dressing. I guess that means placeholder dressing. He's supposed to have like a different outfit on. I'm not exactly sure, but you see right there, there's a big electricity field behind him, and he keeps doing his Call Lightning ability. That's what it is. Call Lightning, bam, on top of you, bam, on top of you, and every time he does Call Lightning, he puts it in a different spot. And while we're fighting, you can see the actual shadow of the dragon. Now, I didn't do it in this run, but if you are in your own run in this monastery, my suggestion is keep yourself and the melee DPS on the boss all range attack the dragon, and I'll tell you why in a second here. You're going to see what's going to happen. Once he reaches a certain percent, he'll kind of like put himself back by these stairs over here in the middle. And then the dragon comes down, and at that point, I have no idea what's going on. I know that the dragon starts healing the boss. I think it has something to do with the ability or a debuff that we get. Like, if someone gets a debuff, you have to like overheal them really quickly. You have to like break like a healing shield, or else it starts healing the boss. As you can see right here, the boss just keeps getting healed, and the dragon is at like 5 million HP. So what we did today on my other tune on Towelliee, my main, is we just let the range DPS get the dragon down to like 2 or 3%. So when he comes down to this phase, all we do is we just like nuke him in like 5 or 6 seconds, and then we get to fight the boss at only like half health. As you see right now, the boss is basically at full HP. And yeah, so dragon, charge me with your power. Their energy is strong. So right now the boss is getting charges of power from the dragon, and that makes him hit you harder after he gets out of this phase. So you're gonna see that the what's his name, Cloud Strike, gets out of this phase with the, you can see the debuff in his or the buff on his unit frame there. Let's see, 400,000, 300,000. And I'm really having a good time Brewmaster tanking. I just wish they had a little bit more HP. I mean, right now I have 159,000 HP doing this dungeon at level 86. Towelliee, my main paladin tank, when he did this earlier today, he had about 270,000 HP, and he barely got touched. But Brewmasters just have so many ways. I mean, they have high avoidance. They have their shield, their stagger. If you stack your mastery, like the stagger doesn't even do that much damage. The dot damage afterward. it's pretty amazing what Brewmasters can do. I'm pretty sure they're missing some sort of stamina buff from their Ox stance, is what I believe it is. So I mean, I'm just assuming that's what's missing at the moment. Don't heal when that is up; it absorbs it. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what's going on. So I'm in a group with Demon Tank, LOL, Britato, Jesu. Jesu is the person, some dude has been healing me like all weekend, and then Mace to Face W. I forgot what the rest of his name is. But as you can see right here, I'm basically not even really attacking. I'm just keeping my shield up as much as possible, absorbing as much damage because he is doing a shit ton of damage to me. And at this point, we are actually 2 healing right now. My HP was so low, and other people who have done the dungeon can only do it with 2 healers, especially if the tank is in 378 starter gear, which I am in. So at this point, I'm basically just putting up my guard over and over and over again, and keeping up my 50% dodge buff. No gear for me. That's some pretty good waste, though, for when I do it on Towelliee. Bam, first boss. Now, the next section here, it's pretty simple. You just want to pull these ads kind of like outside into the main platform. You don't want to go crazy or anything like that. These ads tend to knock you back, and I'm pretty sure they can actually like knock you back outside of the instance and kill you. So yeah, but yeah, so far Brewmaster tanking, double thumbs up. I'm actually, you know, talking to my GM right now and seeing if I can officially make a Brewmaster tank for Mr. Pandaria and make him my my like secondary tank. I mean, you know, if shit goes wrong with paladins, or if we need a specific tank, or if a Brewmaster is needed for a specific fight, I'll have one ready. I'm already farming the BOA gear to give to my Brewmaster, but his name won't be For Loco though. So yeah. But let's see. Right now, you want to take these Sha Wisps, and you basically just want to take them all together. And yeah, I mean, you do so much damage as a Brewmaster. It's insane. I mean, look at this AoE damage coming up right here. 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stacks, and I'll fire. Look at this, 60,000 damage, 60,000 damage. Just insane amount. Oh, I love their AoE. And you get that AoE damage from stacking your Dizzy and Haze or Drunken Haze. According to Ghostcrawler, you always want to keep those stacks up on your ads, but for some reason they don't stack up on the boss. And this is see what happened to one of our members. He got knocked back. He almost got knocked back out of the instance, and that can happen right now on the beta. So we were kind of laughing at that shit. But yeah, like, you know, your Drunken Haze stacks are just so important, especially with your Breath of Fire. It's just such a lot of, like, just a large amount of AoE damage. And, you know, my Blackout Kick proc is also powerful, 80, 90k. I'm pretty sure in a couple of patches from now, they're probably going to tone down the damage of monks, because, you know, Mist Weavers are insane for healing. Windwalkers are doing crazy damage. Tanks are doing insane amount of damage. Not too much on the survivability unless you really know how to play your Brewmaster well. I mean, I've been still, you know, running the same dungeons every single day, trying my best just to like learn the Brewmaster more. You know, I actually went to Elitist Jerks hoping there would be a lot of good information on Brewmasters, and there actually wasn't. So yeah, there we go. Ooh, lots of damage, lots of damage, lots of damage. So I'm learning as much as everyone else is out there learning. I don't know what my priorities are for stats in terms of like reforging. I want to reforge to mastery because the staggered dot damage, you know, mitigating that is really awesome, and it also improves your guard shield, your absorb shield. The choices you have to make. So I'm not sure about that. But here we go. We're heading over to the second encounter. This is more like a mini boss, I believe. I think it's more like a mini boss. So you come out here, you enter this dude's dojo, and you're in this dojo, and he's like, you guys have awakened the Sha. The Sha is basically like the angry force that comes out of you whenever you're pissed off, or you know, you're a bad person. So if you think about the movie Ghostbusters 2, you know, like the fucking purple slime, whenever people got angry, it would erupt and turn into a ghost, or, you know, it would put negative energy and shit. It's like the same thing. I know, bad analogy, but whatever. So the Sha is just this negative energy that comes out of you when when you're like fucking people up, doing bad stuff, who knows, whatever. So this guy's kind of mad, and he's like, if you want to prove yourself, you have to first fight all my initiates in my dojo. And I'm like, okay. So you kill these Shado-Pan novices. They don't really do much damage, and you can't AoE them down. You kind of have to single target them down. So that part's pretty easy. And once you're done doing the AoE for these guys, it's pretty much easy. After that, there's like really nothing else to it. And once these are all dead, it comes with, I think like 30 or 40 of them come out. And once that happens, then the boss summons his two most prized students. One's called like Fell Lotus, and the other one's called like Fluffy Pumpkin Bunny. I don't fucking know. We'll see. We'll see here in a second. But yeah, just trying to get to these dungeons is so crazy. I don't know. I know a few people have rumored to have been banned from glitching to get to these dungeons, but I mean, we spoke to a few GMs. A GM was talking in trade chat earlier to all the fans and the beta users, and we asked him a question. We're like, are we supposed to be glitching over to the other dungeons? And he just responded with, "LOL, behave," So I think he knows that we're doing it, but, I mean, I'm live streaming it, so I haven't had any slack yet for it. Here we go. Flying Snow and Fragrant Lotus. Now, one of them does a crazy-ass, like, Blade Storm. Flying Kick is fine, but the other one's doing a Blade Storm, as you can see. Whirlwind Steel, and that one's fucking me up. I had to pop all my cooldowns. It was really my fault. I didn't really mark one to kill really fast, so we kind of, messed up on that one. But yeah, getting to these dungeons is such a trip, man. It's like you gotta have shadow priests who can number one glitch you by mind controlling you across the thresholds of each zone, and then you got to get to like a safe, like protected area where you can summon people, and then you got to use the priest again to get to the next zone. And then once you're in the zone, everything's like 5 levels above you, and if you get attacked by a group of mobs, you might die. And then if you die in these dungeons, you can't get back in. So like right now, basically, if we would have died right there with no soul stone, we would have been fucked royally. We would have been just totally fucked. We would have had to release spirit. The blizzard debuff would have taken us back to the initial forest in the starting zone, and we would have had another hour of traveling to get back here. So we did wipe though at the end after this boss. We killed this boss and then we wiped, and then we were like, fuck this. This is way too much trouble right now to do this. Like the Storm Style Brewery, if you die there and you get ported out, you could just run right back into the instance. But the graveyard to the instance in this dungeon is very far away, so you can't do it. You have to get back into the dungeon in like 5 seconds, and it's just not possible. But here we go. We're going to be fighting Master Snowdrift. We just did a ready check right here. Now this boss is pretty simple. He does a frontal cone ability that he has a cast timer for it. You can't interrupt it, and you just have to get out of the way of it. And then he does a spinning kick that follows the person he has the most aggro on. So as you can see here, I'm going to start my attack on him. I'm going to get my buffs on him, get my guard up. Fist of Fury is what it's called right there. He's doing it to me. It's a frontal cone. At that point, I have no idea that he's doing it. Our melee DPS died. He was there with me. I don't know why he's attacking from the front, but he was. And he does that. He does a spinning kick, and that's it. So when he casts that Fist of Fury, just get out of his frontal cone. Again, I'm just taking it like a champ because I'm not realizing yet what's hitting me. There's so much AOE going on from the demo lock and all that shit. I'm like, is that yours or is that his? And then I finally realized, oh, it's like a frontal like little line thing. So get the fuck away, just like that. And from there, I saw what it looked like. So all these guys are level 89. And I'm not sure if from 86 to 89, I'm not being crushed right now. But there he goes. He does a spinning kick, and he basically just does that, which knocks you back. I didn't, I don't think I even have my roll ability as my number 2. I don't know why I switched my number 2. But, look at the other, look at the Windwalker as we're DPSing. He has like these crazy abilities. So once we get this guy to a certain percentage, it might be 50%, he creates 3 mirror images of himself. and he puts these mirror images like at the in like a triangle format. You'll see here in a second. But once again, simple shit. Keeping my guard up, which is my shield. Skill with a weapon is but a physical manifestation of one's martial strength. Let me show you what spiritual power is. So basically, he creates 3 versions of himself in a room. You see one here. The other ones are at the other corners of the room. You just can't see them right now. And you basically just have to pick whichever one has the lowest HP. There you go. 1, 2, 3. So get behind him and just DPS the shit out of him. That's it. That's all you do. Get behind him, DPS the shit out of him. Easy peasy. You're done with this boss. There's like nothing else to it. But our DPS died again for like the 3rd time in this fight. Fucking potato. And he normally plays a hunter, so he cut on some slack. So there you go. So now he vanished, reappeared, and now the one that you're supposed to be attacking with the low HP is over there. And that's pretty much the encounter, and that's pretty much it. After this, the next part is a gauntlet in which this boss is supposed to help you, but it's bugged out. So it didn't work out for us, and when we tried to pull the next area, we died. And then once you, like I said, we didn't soulstone anyone, so once you die, you're pretty much shit out of luck. SOL. But thank you everyone for watching. This has been the Shado-Pan Monastery. What seems to be a level 87 dungeon. The 3rd dungeon that we've covered here on TGN. If you guys want to see this dungeon being tanked by a paladin tank, Death Knight, Bear tank, and Warrior tank, let me know in the comments. I would be happy to just, you know, get a few guys from the beta server, run this as whichever tank you guys want to see. Right now, I've done the best on my Paladin tank because obviously he has like a 415 item level average. So, and he has like a lot of the new gear from the first dungeons, and yeah, so it shouldn't be that hard. But like I said, thank you all for watching. Come visit me on my live stream, twitch.tv/Towelliee. Currently the #1 MMO live stream out there in the world. It is awesome. We're having such a great time. We're averaging like 2,000 to 3,000 people now every night for Mr. Pandaria. And, you know, every night's just more entertaining than the other. And there's just so much shit to do. Just tank, 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 tank. People love seeing the PvE. People love seeing the dungeons. People love seeing the pandas and the crazy shit that goes down on the beta servers. Catch me on my YouTube, youtube.com/ConsoleCrusader, as well as my personal website, Towelliee.com. We're trying to fix that up a bit more so you guys can see more of the videos. And you can also watch my live stream from Towelliee.com. I also have put this new intro that was made for me by a fan at the beginning of this video. Let me know what you guys think about that. Marabi, he's the one who's been making all like the cartoony photos of myself, and the dude has some fucking talent. I love it. I mean, he's pretty cool. I like the little no trolls touch at the beginning of it. But let me know what you guys think about that too. But Shado-Pan Monastery, cool dungeon. Next part opens up and we die, but you won't get to see that because I'm not gonna let you. The gamers are afoot. Sorry. This has been Towelliee with TGN. Peace out. This video is part of the Way movement. We lay it out for you to play it out. To find out more, head to tgn.tv. Peace.